You can come into a comfortable cross-legged position. If you have something you want to sit up on, feel free to grab that. And we'll begin with eyes closed. Feeling where your body is touching, what's underneath you, just to help you get a little more grounded. Lengthen up through the top of your head. And come into a nice slow rhythm with your breath. And anytime you notice that you've checked out or you're overthinking, just as soon as you notice, see if you can come back to your breath. Come back into your body, feeling where you are right now. You can let your eyes open, keeping a soft focus, and feel free to open and close your eyes as it's useful for you. Let's begin with eagle arms. Bring one elbow on top of the other. If you can bring the palms together, do so, but if you need to modify in some way, grabbing your thumb or just having the elbows, do what works for you. And put a little pressure between the elbows like you're trying to pull them apart. This can help open up between the shoulder blades. And you're welcome to move around in any other way, exploring what it's like to be in your body in this shape. Notice which arm is on top and then release. Take a few gentle swings. And then we'll bring the other arm on top. Pressure between the elbows. And then release. Again, a few gentle swings. Bring your hands to the floor behind you, fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders back and your elbows back. And then lift the chest. Take the chest as high as you can. And then release, come up, hands to knees, round back, lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. Roll your way back up. Let's recross the legs so the other leg is in front or on top. Sitting tall, drop your right ear over to right shoulder and press down through your left shoulder, looking for a stretch on left side of the neck. And you might lift or lower your chin. Rotate your chin to your chest. Come over to the other side. Both shoulders drop, but now even more through your right shoulder, looking for a stretch on the right side. Rotate your chin to your chest. Come over to the first side and then go back and forth a few times. Half circles or 3/4 circles. Watching the sensation move from one side to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace your fingers behind your head and let your elbows hang down, stretching the back of your neck. Release the arms, head floats back up. Bring your hands to the floor behind you again. Shoulders roll back, elbows roll back. Puff up the chest. Release, come up, hands to knees, round back. Lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. And then roll your way back up, still holding the knees. Pull the chest through. And then round back. Bring your feet to the floor, hands to the backs of the legs. Put a little pressure up on the backs of the legs to round even more. And then roll up from the base of the spine to arch back, but also lean back. So abdominals are working to support you, and we'll go back and forth between these two positions. Exhale, round. Inhale, roll up and arch. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Now come back, release the arms and come down a little lower. Inhale, same arch, but arms come by the ears. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Exhale, back. Inhale up. Exhale, back. Let's hold this last one. Coming up, lift up away from the sit bones. You decide how much you lean back, how much you lift the chest. And then release, round back, holding here. You can choose your challenge level, engaging strongly what's needed, softening what's not needed. And then release, come back up. Let's bring the feet to the floor, shift your weight forward, hands to the floor in front of your feet. And take a little rock front to back. As you rock your weight forward, look for a stretch through your toes. As you rock back, getting into calves, ankles, Achilles tendon. And you go as slow as you need to. So you are exploring your limits. If you want to hang out somewhere, you can. Keeping breath deep. And then drop the heels, lift the hips, and hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart. Parallel, you can bend your knees a little or a lot. You might take a sway or shake out. And then plant your hands near the front of the mat. Let's step back into a high push-up position. Connecting your head to your heels, whole body in a straight long line. Core supporting you. Shift your weight forward to lower down, low push-up, and then come into your back bend. Cobra or up dog. As low or high as feels right for you. And then back to down dog when you're ready. You can take your time getting into this first down dog of class. You might pedal out your feet a little bit, bending one knee as you press the opposite heel towards the floor. Could shift the hips side to side. And then drop your knees and sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor, letting go. And please rest whenever you need to. You can rest in this shape or a different one. With arms out in front of you, walk the hands over to the left and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Come back to center. Let's lift up through table, come back through down dog. Bend your knees, look forward and lightly hop or step your feet to the front of your mat, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Let's take 5 breaths here or in any other neutral shape. Last deep breath in and out. Come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up. Bend your knee in and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle a few times. Big circles, both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then bring your right knee towards right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Send it up and back. Now right towards the center of your chest, working core strength. Extend it up and back. Big step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Settle in, sink low. Let's grab the left wrist, take it across. Come over to the other side, grab your right wrist, take it across. Back to center. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Lift the chest. Release, arms up. Tip forward, standing splits. Hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square and with the upper body letting go. Like ragdoll, let your head hang, let your neck release. Stretch that left leg straighter, longer, higher. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Settle in, sink low. One more breath. Release, hands to the floor or blocks if you have them. Pyramid pose. We're going to straighten the front leg part way or all the way. Feel free to adjust the distance between your legs. Bring your hands as high as you need them. If you don't have blocks, you might use something else or hands on shin. Going towards length, towards folding, listening to your body, greeting your edge. Last breath here. Release, make your way back to down dog. You might take a vinyasa. There could be some other movement transition. Take the time you need. Feel what you are doing. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, circle your ankle a few times, big circles, both directions. Take your leg a little higher and then bring your left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Send it up and back. Right towards the center of your chest. Extend it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms up. Sink low. Grab your right wrist. Take it across. Little side bend. Come over to the other side. Back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back, other thumb on top. Release, arms up. Tip forward, standing splits. Square off the hips. Let your head hang, let the neck release. One more breath. Step back. Warrior one. Drop the back heel. Inhale, arms up. Sink low. Getting grounded. Finding ease even within the effort. Last breath here. Release, make your way to pyramid. So you may want to grab blocks. You may want to adjust the distance between your legs. Going in the directions you know to go in. Towards hip square, towards a flat back, towards folding. And just remembering you shouldn't get any further than you get. You shouldn't have more mobility than you have. It shouldn't feel any different. So we're just doing our best, given what we understand and are able to do, And then the real work is letting it be like it is. Last breath here. Let's release. Make your way back to a good resting pose. You may want to take a vinyasa. Maybe there's some other movement you want to take. You can find your way back to down dog, child's pose, sitting, any neutral shape. If it's useful, you might close your eyes. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips nice and low, head reaching high. Shoulders keep dropping low, even more space between the shoulders and the ears. Last breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. When you're ready, step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3, shift forward and find your balance, and you get to adjust or modify how it works for you. Any arm position, supporting leg bent or straight. How much can you feel here? Last breath. Step back. Warrior 1. Release through your movement transition, feeling what you are doing. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3. Last breath here. Step back, warrior 1, one breath. Release through your movement transition back to your resting pose. Use your transitions as a time to take care of yourself, taking the time you need for them, being creative if you want. And then come back to ease. Choose a shape that allows you to come back to a feeling of surrender. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. One breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, one breath. Come in and step right back to warrior one. From here, open out, warrior two. And then take your time settling in. Reaching long, fingertip to fingertip. Flip the right palm to face the ceiling. Reverse warrior two. Let's straighten the front leg. Triangle, reach out to come down. Last breath here. Release. Make your way to down dog. Feel whatever it is you are choosing to do. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior three, one breath. Step back, warrior one. Open out, warrior two. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior. Straighten the front leg, triangle. Expanding past the tips of the fingers, past the top of the head. Last breath. Release. Make your way to a good rest. Letting go. As if this were the only thing you had to do. Nothing to plan, nothing to prepare for. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. Let's step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, arms up. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Let's take a twist. Left elbow across. If you can't get your elbow over, you might use your forearm. You can modify or adjust how it works for you, and sometimes that takes some creativity. So working with your body. Continue looking for space and length. Last breath here. Back to center, hips low, arms high. Same thing other side, right elbow across. Last breath. Back to center, hips low, arms high. Let's bring arms behind the back, interlace fingers, lift the heart. Fold forward, wrapping arms overhead. You can separate your feet hip width apart or wider. You can separate your hands by holding a strap. You can take any movement here. And then let's lower the hips, come into a squat, Malasana. Feel free to widen your stance, turn your toes out. You're welcome to balance on the toes. You're welcome to sit on a block or slide something under the heels. How does this work for you now? We're going to open up the knees using the elbows. Try and roll the shoulders back and down. We'll work our root lock, Mula Bandha, same as a Kegel exercise. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up. As you inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. And then engage and keep holding, keep breathing, drawing in strongly through the bottom and connecting that to the top. Feel the length and space of your torso, your spine. And then release. Come back to a forward fold, feet back to parallel. Any arm position, any movement. Could give yourself a little self-massage, grabbing the shoulders or neck. You could take a handful of your hair, pulling your head towards the floor. And either stay here, come back to your squat, or if you like, take a crow pose. If you're trying crow, take a little step back from the front of the mat. Hands shoulder width apart, knees to the upper arms. And it may just be a little exploration. More weight in the hands, less weight in the feet. Your feet do not need to come off the floor. Can you breathe deeply where you are now? If you were in your hands, come back to your feet. Release the wrists, either with circles, rubbing them, or stand hand, Padahastasana. You could slide your hands under your feet so your toes are up to your wrists. Wherever you are, let your head hang. Let's make our way back to down dog. You're welcome to take crow again, or just step back, or take a vinyasa to get back. Feel what you're doing. Eventually finding your way back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Let's take a twist here, left elbow across. There are lots of variations of this. Feel free to take the one that works for you. So if you'd rather do a low lunge, you could drop the back knee. If you'd rather take a different arm position, find what's right. Last breath here. Release, hands to the floor or blocks if you have them. Drop the back knee, pat it if you like. Let's come back to a hamstring stretch. So hips right above the back knee, at least to start. Shimmy the front foot forward, flex the toes back. Going towards hip square, towards a flat back, towards folding. If you don't have props and it's difficult to reach the floor, you can put a little bend in the front leg and bring hands to your shin. And if you want to go further forward towards splits, that's also an option. Not about what it looks like or where you get. It's about exploring what your limits are and then bringing more wherewithal in those edgy places. So as you are meeting your edge, can you open up perception? Pay close attention. So if your body's giving you feedback, it's a little too much, back out just enough. If something lets off, move in a little deeper. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. Let's transition to lizard pose. Both hands to the inside, turn out through the right foot, and then shift weight forward, coming down to your elbows, either on blocks or the floor. You might shift your weight a little more one way or another way. Turn the right toes out more or less. If you want to add a quad stretch to this, you could also bend the back leg, grab for it. If it's not possible or doesn't work for you, don't do that part. Release, make your way to down dog. You might take a vinyasa, you might move in some other way. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge, arms up, come into a twist here. So something similar to what you did on the first side. Let's release. Hands to the floor or to your blocks. Drop the back knee, pat it if you like. Hips back, hamstring stretch. And you're welcome to experiment, maybe going towards splits, maybe not. If you've done this pose before, you may have a memory of what it was like, what your edge was last time, but it may be different today. So listening to the real-time feedback your body is giving you. If you did slide forward, slide your way back. Let's come into lizard. Both hands to the inside, elbows on the floor or blocks. Any shift, any adjustment will have an effect. So through trial and error, we can figure out what works best for this body right now. And just like when we're learning anything, there is uncertainty. There is, you only learn as fast as you learn. So As we're exploring, sometimes you may come across a sensation. Is this good or bad? Should I go towards this or away? And, you know, it's all part of it. We're all in that soup. Let's make our way back to down dog. Finding the movement that helps you integrate what you've just done. Evening out the two sides a bit. Let's come all the way through to sitting and back onto our backs. You can bring your knees in. Take a little circle or rock with your knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And then get set up for a couple back bends. We'll start with bridge, and then you can take it where you like from there. Feet hip width apart, parallel. Press your feet down to lift your hips high. Once your hips are high enough, interlace fingers behind your back, shrug your shoulders underneath you, spreading the upper back and lower back away from one another. When the pose feels complete, come down and rest until you feel like coming up again. If you feel like coming up again, take any back bend. So it could be bridge, what we just did. Could be something else, supported bridge, half wheel, full wheel, something else. Each time you come up, stay as long or short as you like. Paying attention, whether you're back bending, transitioning, or resting. And each time you rest until you feel like coming up again. If you don't feel like coming up again, just enjoy the rest. We are moving towards the end of class, so this is a good time to do exactly what you feel like doing. So if you have more back bends in you, keep going. If you're done, take a counter stretch. So I'll suggest happy baby, but if there's something else you'd rather do, do that. Each time you finish something, you can just ask, what's needed now? I'm going to suggest a hip stretch, but again, if there's something different that you would prefer, do that. You might take an inversion or some restorative pose or something else. If you want to join me, cross your right ankle over your left knee, reach your hands through, grab the left leg and hug it in. Dropping the shoulders, dropping the chin, spreading the back, and hugging that left knee in as close as you can. Drop the left foot to the floor, straighten the right leg up, flex and point, circle, and then release and switch. Left ankle over right knee, reach the hands through, grab your right leg, hug it in. Release, drop the right foot to the floor, straighten the left leg up, flex and point, circle. And then you may want to finish with a twist. Maybe there's something else that you want to do. If nothing else is needed, go ahead and start getting comfortable in your final resting pose. If you are doing a twist or something asymmetrical, take the time you need on both sides. If there's any other last poses or stretches or self-massage you want to do before coming into stillness, take your time. If there's a way you want to adjust your clothing or grab props to support you in your final resting pose, get yourself as comfortable as you can. And eventually settle into stillness, letting go. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. Let this movement increase gradually, eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today.